Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight, Omen Month continues with the second in the series. Next week, we'll have three, and then the following week, we will be visiting the remake. But for tonight, the official title is Damien Omen 2. Is that correct, Boomer?
Yes. It's like Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if they had made the third movie Damien 3, we would have been in trouble. Okay.
Or at least the Russians would have.
Oh.
Special guest tonight, Chris P. Joining us. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good. It's nice to be back home. So,
yes, there's no place like home, just like Dorothy said.
You know, I had thought about doing this last week from the desert of Arizona because my plane got in at 1, and I thought, well, it's a 3-hour drive to where I'm going. I should have plane. No, I didn't get in at 1 a.m. that morning to where I was staying. So it's good we skipped last week because it was not going to happen.
Okay, but you got to see the Grand Canyon?
I did. It's very big.
Was it beautiful?
Yeah. I don't think you can appreciate it until you like actually stand there and you're like standing on the edge, looking over and like backing up, trying to get a selfie, and then you fall off and you die.
Okay. Well, that would be in an Omen movie, right? Let's
Probably
go on
so.
the family trip to the Grand Canyon. I
What could
know.
possibly go wrong? Yeah.
I'm gonna cut Damien out of the will.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden, the rock starts to crumble.
Yeah, I know. It's like, wow, you looking awful. Oh man, this movie I feel is the soapiest of the three. Like I almost was starting to think that you could have done. They did a Damien like an Omen television show. Maybe it was a Damien television show a couple years back. They should have done it like Dynasty or Dallas, but like with the Antichrist and the rich family, you know, and you have your romance side stories, but then like people keep dying off in horrible ways. That's but
Yeah,
anyways.
Go ahead.
Is it this one you don't like, or is it the third one you don't like?
Third one I don't like. In fact, I
Okay.
would imagine those Left Behind books you were talking about before the chat that they had a much better resolution than Omen 3. I'm sure there was a big fight at the end, right? Am I expecting that? Or
Yeah. At the end, you had
the armies of the
Armageddon,
righteous versus the wicked, that sort of thing. Yeah, we don't get that in the third part of this. I'm just saying. I like Sam Neill as adult Damien, but that's about. But like I said, maybe I'll change my mind when I rewatch it during the week.
Okay.
You know?
And Chris P, you said you watched this as a child, right?
Yeah. I don't remember too much about it.
As a child.
And it did not give you nightmares.
I don't remember. It might have. I might be blocking them out.
Okay.
The elevator scene would give you nightmares.
I do remember the elevator scene.
Everyone remembers the elevator scene because it's the most horrifying death in the movie. There are a lot of bad deaths. I think the deaths in this movie are worse than the first one. Because, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, yeah, people died, but, like, at least the deaths were clean. Like, you get the sheared plate glass and you get your head cleaved off, you're not going to really feel much pain, are you? Granted,
No.
David Warner had a horrible look on his face when the head finally fell to the ground. But, I mean, it's... Now, what did you think of this movie, Daniel? You were watching it for the first time, right?
I'm paraphrasing hardly from Jerry Goldsmith, but he said, a good score can save a bad film. A bad score can destroy a good film. And I'm like, the best part about this movie for me was the score. I think this has a much better film score than the film. It felt like a TV movie to me. It didn't really feel like a Hollywood movie.
Good point.
I think the editing could have been a lot better.
You don't have Richard Donner at the helm this time round.
You don't.
That's right.
He's probably busy with Superman at this point. But
I think a better script. I think there's a story here, but this ain't it. And the editing, like, why are we talking about business meetings all the time? I was like,
that's why I said I think what you have here is a great template for maybe a nighttime soap like Dallas or Dynasty with the troubles of the Thorn family and all the intrigues and mechanizations, and then you have Damien mixed in the middle, doing his business.
I could see that, but not so much in like an hour and 40-minute movie.
No. I'll explain the business meetings to you, though. I actually like the business meetings. I think they're important, but we'll get into it as we watch it because I think to me it's setting up that there's more at play than just Damien here. There are other people orchestrating a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
It's
like the guy with the white man afro. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's like the Brady Bunch Dad had in the later seasons of the Brady Bunch, right? And he, I'm sorry, I'm laughing already. Okay, this is gonna be a fun rewatch. Okay, and he's just evil. You can tell just when he shows up. Yeah, no, something wrong with this guy. So
and then Lance Erskine as the
Lance Henriksen, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, that does not look like him at all. I had to like look up multiple sources just to confirm that him.
Is the youngest I've ever seen him in a movie.
What happened between there?
He looks like early 40s instead of what? I'm sorry, what?
What happened between like there and like 1984, 1985? I don't know what happened to him.
Even in Dog Day Afternoon, he has a small part in Dog Day Afternoon. He looked old in that, and that's like around this time. I just know.
Do you know what year Close Encounters came out? Because he got a bit part at the end of the movie.
77.
Okay, so he's with
the
he was with the people at the end that see the aliens, and he looked young in that one.
Okay, yeah, but no, he there was a lovely one of my favorite TV shows of all time was Millennium, and that had Lance Henriksen in the lead. And I think Charles Nelson Ridley played the author Jose Chung in the show. He also was on an episode of the X-Files. He plays a writer, right?
Episode. Yeah.
And he talks about, look at his face. It's hideous. But, sometimes the most beautiful things aren't so pretty. And sometimes those aren't. I can't even quote that episode. There's so many good lines in that episode. And it's, we love Lance Henriksen. He's a class act. And I'm glad he has a small part in this movie. So, yeah.
Are they in the sequel?
No.
No.
And I'm annoyed at that. It's like they're setting stuff up in this movie. I don't think they're in the sequel. No, I don't think they are. I think I was looking for that. I mean, I'm going to rewatch this. I'll know for certain because I'm going to rewatch it this week. But no, I'm expecting no. I don't know if maybe they crossed them and he said, "Okay, you've outlived your usefulness," and they, like the earth opened up and sucked. I don't know.
There's one part. I'm not going to spoil. Well, I guess we can spoil it. At the end of the movie, where the old man dude, it's got the knives, and he asks his wife, like, "Give me the knives." And I'm like, it would be like so awesome if she stabbed him and said no, and then sure enough,
You just spoiled the ending. I actually like the ending.
I know it's going to happen, but I'm like, that would be so awesome. And then I thought, man, it's going to be creepy. He's going to go in there and start making out with her. Damien's going to start making out with his stepmom, and then and then he's going to kill her. But no, that didn't happen. But he did kill her. But I'm like, could you imagine how creepy it would have been, especially in 1978 or whatever, if he had gone in there and started making out with her and then killed her?
If he had been like a full-on teenager, you might have seen that scene. But no, it's anyway. Well, we're gonna be getting all into this. Oh man, I'm excited. You like the score though, right? This is
I do.
It's a great
this is like what I call like the Predator 2. Predator's awesome, right? Awesome film score.
Yeah.
And then Alan Silvestri took all that and added a bunch of 5-hour energy drinks and probably some speed and some LSD and put it in a blender and put it on a CD. And there you go. Same thing with this, with Jerry Goldsmith. Mm-hmm. It's more of everything that you liked the first time, just more of it. Yeah.
Oh man, though the trials of the Thorn family. Do we like? We have a good cast this time around, though. I'm actually rather surprised. You got some. Oh, Betty Davis isn't in this. Who the heck was the matriarch of the Thorn family? Lee Grant, Robert. I thought Betty Davis was in this. Okay, what do I know? Okay, Mark Thorn.
Let's start the film, shall we?
Let's just start the film. Whatever.
Let me welcome the chat real fast. We've got Green Ghost Planet 3.0 and Zootopia. Hello to both of you. And there's a few more people watching, but they aren't chatting. That's okay. You don't have to.
Chat. You don't have to. Okay.
Shall we press play?
I'm gonna press play. You want to do a 3, 2, 1?
Are we at 0?
Yes.
I should go to 0 too. Hold on. Okay, I'm at 0 now, and 3, 2,
Okay.
1.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Play.
I love how the on the captions it says dramatic music, which I think sums up the score pretty well. All right.
I mean, you start right off the bat with a heavy hitting.
Oh
Dun,
yeah.
dun,
Mhm.
dun,
No.
dun.
It's actually not like the first movie where there's some he gradually brings you into it. No, he just starts hitting you right away. Okay.
Boom. Right. Yeah.
Well, that's what this movie is. This is like, we're not holding your hand anymore in this Omen universe. Okay. This is
Yeah.
now we have the priest / archaeologist dude from the first movie, right? The one who gave the 7 sacred daggers to
Yeah.
Mr. Thorn, who probably failed to kill his own son.
It wasn't his son. It was some random
Well, it
jackal
was a
baby.
little boy, and I don't know, So here we go. So where is this? Is this somewhere in Jerusalem or Cairo? They explain. I don't know. This is the Middle East somewhere, right? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they got the voices singing, kind of like the first movie.
Did we need this whole priest sequence, do you think, Daniel, with the priests and meeting the proper British archaeologist saying, I've seen the
I'm okay with this. There's other parts of the movie I would cut and replace with something better.
Okay. Did this cost more money to make than the original?
This was $6.8 million with a box office of 26.5.
Not bad.
6.8 sounds so small now, but then again, look what year it was made.
Yeah. I mean, was this before the inflation started in that decade? I wonder. I don't know. This was what, 78?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Omen movies, they belong in the 70s. That's another reason I don't like Final Conflict. We're in the 80s at that point, but
No, that's a boss jacket that dude's wearing.
he looks like he came out of World War I or something. With the what is that?
It's like a safari jacket.
A safari. Okay, like he's been on safari.
I've got stuff like that.
I'll say. So he's trying to explain. Just come in there. You'll see that the face of Damien Thorn is on the different vestiges of the Antichrist that this guy painted 2,000 years ago or something. I don't know. It's or not 2,000, but it would have been like 1,950 or something, right? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. His own father knew. A week ago, he tried to. So this is like a week after the first Omen movie, right here.
Oh, nice.
So and then it jumped ahead.
Yeah, so it's like he got shot in the back by Scotland Yard, who I'm sure patted themselves on the back for doing something right for once, right? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
it was always in those movies. It's always Scotland Yard, and they don't know what they're doing. I'm not saying that's how they are in real life. I'm just saying. All right. I would not want to talk to this priest fellow after what happened in the first movie. I'm like, everyone around you dies horribly.
And it's amazing.
I am unfriending you on Facebook, just so you know.
And then have me committed. Look, Carl, we're old friends. Okay, I think. Okay. So the movie takes place 7 years after this. Does that mean they had to dig all that stuff out? It took them 7 years to do that.
Yeah.
After okay. I'm imagining what is Damien in this 11, 12 when it goes in the
13. He turns 13 in the movie.
Okay, he turns 13.
Okay. Wow,
right?
Nice, 13.
That's why I'm saying this could have been a TV series. I'm telling you, 6 seasons.
I think it would have worked better.
Yeah, maybe.
You could even have like Afro dude scheming to like kill 13-year-old Damien so he can get full control of the company.
Nah, he wouldn't be doing that unless he decided I'm going to use the Antichrist for my own ends, and then I'm going to kill him off when he's not looking. You know, it's like,
I mean, conniving people, just conniving. You know, I mean.
Oh, now we have. I'm going to tell you something. Ravens, is that what those are?
Yeah, crows.
Yeah, they're okay. Crows, yeah, whatever. They're a step down from the Rottweilers,
and they get their own little theme too.
Why they went with crows in this instead of Rottweilers, I don't know. Maybe they were going to go with a different animal for each movie. Is that the idea?
What's the animal in the third one?
I don't know if there is one. I know there's a Loose the Hounds thing in one scene. But I don't know if that. Maybe it's all the animals in the third one. You know, it's just. I would have made it gorillas myself. You know, evil gorillas working for the Antichrist. Okay,
about gorillas and whatnot. This guy who directed this film directed one of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Which one? It's Battle, isn't it? It's Battle, isn't it? I'll find out. Actually, I got the Wikipedia up. Let me find out. What did he direct? Don Taylor.
He's the reason why I think Jerry Goldsmith came back to do this, because he had worked with Goldsmith on the Planet of the Apes movie.
Which one did he do? There was an Island of Dr. Moreau with Burt Lancaster. He directed that. What the heck? Oh, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the one that.
Is that the one where it's in the 60s?
It's like late 60s, early 70s, where it's basically just the Zira and Cornelius. They're in modern times, so they're that probably at least set design. Okay, just set in modern times. Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, that looks astonishing, just like. But it's coincidence, right?
I mean, I would think so.
It would have been cool if they had shot this movie and Omen 3 at the same time. That way, you could have had both the middle Damien and the adult Damien's picture already set. You know what I mean? But no, they couldn't do that. See, I would have been like, if there's a cave in, all the stuff is ruined. Let's not bother excavating. You know.
Oh.
Now, how is all this stuff happening? Is this the devil doing this? Is that what I'm supposed to get the impression from?
Oh.
Is this bad?
It might be.
This is a bad way to die. This would not be a way I'd want to go. I don't like caves, and I mean, this is a tomb of some sort, but I'm.
And if you listen very carefully, you will not hear the best piece of music Jerry Goldsmith wrote for this film, because they decided to cut it out.
Yeah, I heard it on the soundtrack though. Yeah, it's creepy.
It's got the pipe organ going like, and you got the chorus coming in. Yeah, I don't know why they decided to cut that out. Why is the sound of sand more interesting than that?
Yeah, it's maybe they thought it was too much. We're the 70s. We need to make the soundtrack sparser. I don't know what it is. And look, he's saying the Our Father, which is fine, but he's gonna drown in sand. He tried. I have to give him points, right? I don't know though. I mean, if it's in the Book of Revelations, though, it can't be stopped, right? So I unless they found another Dead Sea Scroll that said, unless you use the 7 daggers or something. They made that up for this movie. That's not. I don't think that's written down anywhere.
No. Did you not think that's the best track on the entire soundtrack?
It's a good one, but you know what I was missing on that soundtrack? When Damien's having his congratulations party at the end, there's like a little disco theme in the background, and that's not there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Look at this. Burning leaves, and who's walking toward the flames? You're supposed to say Damien Thorn. I'm just saying.
But he just doesn't walk through them, though.
He's not going to walk. I bet he could. Unharmed,
Yeah, I know he can.
unscathed. Okay.
Because he never gets sick.
Never gets sick. He's not human. I don't get the whole thing, the mother being a jackal bit. That wasn't in the Left Behind books, was it? Was his mother a jackal? Did they explain his mother at all in those books? Chris Uriah, step out for a second. I kept thinking she was Betty Davis, but I guess not. Okay. She seems like a golden age of Hollywood actress they got to star in this role, you know. I'll find out who she is.
I thought she comes across as like a biatch.
Well, can you blame her?
On your own accord. I'm like, well, no wonder the boy doesn't like you.
Now, Damien isn't so unlikable in this, is he, in the beginning, right? You know,
and he seems like a kid.
He seems like a regular, normal kid. You know, he doesn't...
Yeah. Originally, they wanted him to be Ambassador Thorn in the first film, but he turned it down because he didn't want to be in a movie about Satan.
William Holden?
And then the sequel came out. He's like, no, I'd like to do this now. Yeah,
because it made a ton of money. I have a question though. William Holden, though, I heard he did not care for this picture. He thought all the it was gruesome. Isn't that what he said, or maybe I misread that somewhere?
Yeah, but I mean, I can, by those standards, not by today, it's not gruesome, but by that point in time, people.
I think most of the deaths, as awful as they are, they're not in terrible taste, except for maybe the elevator. Oh no. Who is playing Aunt Marion? I will find out now because this is driving me nuts. Okay.
That lady, she was in Beetlejuice.
She was?
The older lady? Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, she was their agent or whatever. She's a woman that was smoking and the smoke was coming out of her throat.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay. Sylvia Sydney. I see the picture from 1940. She must have been, I know she had to have been she appeared with Gary Cooper, Spencer Tracy, Henry Fonda. Okay, so she's one of these types of actresses. Okay. She was in the Wagons Roll at Night in 1941. Okay, so I could tell. Oh, yeah. I could tell she was Hollywood royalty, but I confused her with Betty Davis. Okay.
Well, she kind of has those eyes.
Yeah, she kind of has the Betty Davis eyes. You're right. To quote the
just
song.
like the song.
Yes. Oh, let me see here, though. What do we got here?
Let's see. Yep. Beetlejuice.
Okay. Good career, actually, because all things considered. She had steady work.
Yeah, she had a lot of work there.
Let me see. She's also in Mars Attacks. That was her last role.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She played
Grandma Florence Norris. Okay, good for her for working as long as she did. Okay.
Yeah, she you could almost say she was the one that saved the town because she was listening to the music that they used to defeat the Martians.
Right. There's a movie called Violent Saturday. I have to watch that. I wonder what was so violent about that Saturday. All right, I kept thinking the guy to the left was going to turn out to be a bad guy, but he wasn't. Okay, I'm like, who's? It's like a guessing game. Who's an apostate of the devil in this movie, right? Okay, it's like.
So I guess there's 3 in this film. I guess there's 3 in this film.
Yeah,
the stepmom, the Afro dude, and the army dude.
Mm-hmm. I should have guessed it was her because she was the second wife, and like she makes a point. It's not like you're the real mother anyway. Damien's or their son. That was from his first marriage, and it's like, okay, so she came in later. And if you knew about what we saw in the first movie, Damien always has someone looking over him, right?
True.
Have you noticed
Yeah.
this? And that was she's instead of the nanny, you have her, the stepmom. Okay, but you have no idea throughout this whole movie. It's spoilers if anyone hasn't seen it. We apologize ahead of
Yeah,
time.
I just thought that would be kind of cool. I'm standing there watching. I'm like, yeah, she's like stabbed him and was like, "Ha ha, I'm with Damien."
That was
That'd
a
be kinda
good
cool.
twist. That was a
And
good twist at the end.
it happened.
Yeah, that was a good. That fits, and I'm kind of glad it ends soon after that. That was. I think if they had lingered, it wouldn't have been as cool, but that worked, and we could have gotten a bunch more of these.
See, I think one of my problems with this film is I don't understand why she feels this way about Damien. It's not. I mean, we kind of know, but we don't know. And inside of this film,
She knows something's wrong with him. Okay, she just has an instinctual thing. Okay, I just don't like him. That and she's a crab apple. I don't know. Okay.
yeah, you can just call it producing a Krabby Patty.
Mrs. Krabappel.
Sorry, Charlie.
I have a question. What is the Thorn family involved in? Like, are they funding this archaeological expedition? Is that what I'm getting from this?
They're into agriculture. I know that.
Yeah, big time. And I know you didn't like those business meetings, but I'm going to make a point through. That's actually kind of important.
Okay.
Because I think it was supposed to set up something for the sequel, which didn't happen.
I know, like Afro Dude was talking about, we could start famines, and I'm like, that's not very nice.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, one of them is famine, and they're controlling the world's. For all I know, and let's get into working on cures for diseases, but we have to make the worst disease possible. I mean, I can see that.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. I'll be. And we're gonna have to outsource that though to some part of the East though to help us work. I'm kidding.
Definitely, they're more efficient at it.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Are they gonna talk about the? Okay, as I thought this would interest you. What? Oh, yikes!
Hey, that looks familiar.
Yeah, I would not put that on my dining room table.
Why not?
It's just not quite my style.
I keep wondering, are these actual pieces or they just make them up for the movie?
They look kind of Babylonian to me.
Yeah, I know. It's like something out of like the Sumerians made it, or like is buried in Israel somewhere or something when the Israelites were getting out of line again and liking those foreign gods too much, and then they'd get smacked down. All right. I've heard of him, matter of fact. She wants to interview you. Oh, that's right. Let's see, what was William Holden in? He's another Hollywood royalty guy, right?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
A good time to start familiarizing myself with more classic movies, considering that Hollywood seems to be shutting down.
And if they're not shutting down, they're running out of ideas.
Yeah, there's that. Maybe a shutdown.
Oh, there's plenty of ideas out there. You just gotta go find them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's like the little crow theme, like Garter.
I don't like these crows. I mean, the dogs are creepier, but it's like birds annoy me. I gotta tell you, birds can annoy me sometimes. I'm just like when they're coming up to the entrance of the place you work and they're mucking about the entranceway, and like, don't go through those sliding doors, please. We don't need you in the building. Okay, all right.
Well, our first mistake was leaving the door open.
Now, this must be some elite military. Well, yeah.
Aren't all military academies kind of elite?
What is this, the Citadel or something? Where is he? I mean, this is like...
I think this is a made-up place.
He's being trained for a bright future.
Yep.
I assume he would be able to control, like, be a top general, and then I don't know. I mean, the whole point, they're trying to give a military background as well as also running this super powerful corporation. It's like, there's nothing humble about Damien.
No.
I mean, think about this: wealthy family, privilege. There's nothing humble about him. It's like obviously the exact opposite of Jesus. It's.
And we're absolutely sure that's Bishop.
Yep,
Aliens,
there is.
right?
That is. Oh, that's Lance Hendrickson. Yeah.
Yep, that's him, Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah.
I'm not really a Thorn. I came out of the womb of a jackal somewhere in the countryside of Italy. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming. I don't. Where they got the jackal from, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
See, like the film score is only like maybe about 40 minutes in length, which is not much. Because the movie's an hour and 46 minutes.
It's a bit of a long movie. I think this could have been trimmed down to 90. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I still think it could have had a better, tighter script and been 2 hours if it was just a tighter script.
I think maybe you and I went into this with different expectations. I was expecting any sequel to the original Richard Donner classic to be junk, but there's a lot I liked in this sequel. Damien's interesting. Right now, he doesn't have full awareness of what he is, which I thought was kind of interesting. Which strikes me as odd, because what? Go ahead.
But why does Krabby Patty know?
Why does she know?
Yeah.
I guess when you get close to death, you see things more clear. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why.
I was like the reason as to why Krabby Patty's all like, oh, he's evil incarnate. You have to get rid of him. It's like, yeah, damn, woman, he's a kid.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Damien wasn't speaking with an English accent, was he?
That might be it. It's the English accent. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I got to listen to him. Yeah, I'm wondering, how did he get that accent when he grew up in the United States? I know. Well, I guess he was in England for a little bit as a child. I don't know.
Maybe he watched a lot of the BBC.
Well, PBS over here. I don't know. I love that upstairs, downstairs. I'm addicted. All right. So you find all the corporate stuff a little boring, I take it. Is that right?
I do.
Okay. But it's setting up fresh victims to die. Okay, like I don't know. I think if we bought up all this farmland, it might be bad. Not like we don't have people doing that now. But we won't talk about that. Okay. We're gonna solve world hunger. But we could also cause it make it far worse by. This guy just has killed me. The guy to the left. Come on.
He looks like he's due for a heart attack.
Yeah, I figured the crow would just show up and caw and like another heart attack, right? But no. Has to be more dramatic. His death is actually, in my opinion, one of the. I have to give full on points to Goldsmith's score in that scene too. The ice scene. All right, so we have William Holden, born in 1918.
Wow.
And we have Lee Grant.
Yeah, she has a scared look on her face.
When was she born? Do they not know?
Hey, it's Alan Arbus from MASH.
What?
The guy driving. That's
Oh.
Alan Arbus. He played Sydney in MASH.
Oh, okay.
The TV show or the movie?
TV show. He was a recurring character. He was a psychiatrist.
Let me tell you. Actually, we got a couple of interesting haircuts in front of us. I'm sorry. The guy with the stash dies horribly too.
But did you ever have an afro?
No, my hair was curlier when I was younger, though, but it kind of died down since I got older. But yeah, no afro here. It was not I'm not that old. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay.
Did you ever have a mullet?
No mullet. I did. I think I did the spiky hair once that was in the kids in the early '90s did. And I was like, I don't like this, and I just didn't do it again. It's like, the little spikes that the kids did in the late '80s, early '90s. The boys.
For some reason,
sometimes.
I can't see your father allowing you to do that.
They weren't like it wasn't like a mohawk. It was like
Okay.
you did little spikes. It was. Let's be honest with you. I love the '80s and the '90s dearly, but they weren't they had flaws too. Okay, there were some interesting fashion choices. Okay, during some of those years. Yeah, we can get a jump on this. If we control their land, we make them tenants. We will make their bellies full, just like Thanos wanted to do. I don't know. I hear bellies full, I think.
Man, that old phone there.
Mary died in her sleep last night. I have to go. You didn't even like her. We got a business meeting here.
Well, you got to show respect. I mean,
He's smiling because he's like, hey, I'm. See, that's a man fully in charge there, Daniel. Okay, the guy on the right. Okay. I hate the Thorns. I like Damien. Don't ever talk about my father again. Your cousin really thinks he's something, doesn't he? Yeah, he's the son of the devil.
He's the son of a jackal.
Son of a jackal and the devil. I don't know. That just they.
Oh,
I don't know why they went with that. I got the impression from the Bible that it was a woman that bore him. I think they're. I don't know. I have to do research. I'm not an expert on that book, but. Lance Hendrickson setting him straight. See, he knows. They got people everywhere.
Like
in the White House, yeah, there's someone.
Like the Quantum Organization from James Bond.
Yeah, the Quantum Organization that becomes Spectre for reasons. Okay. Anyway,
everyone dies.
Don't get me started. The original organization. I'm not talking about Bond right now. We'll get there someday. Okay.
Now, I think they missed it. They could have done something different here. Instead of Damien make the guy go like this, if he had just made him like pee his pants and pooped himself, would have been far more effective. Because he would have been ragged to the day he got out of school for doing that. Because you know how mean kids are.
Well, here's the weird thing about Damien. At this point, I wouldn't call him really mean. Okay, I mean he'll get there, But I mean actually, to be fair, I don't think he knows what he's doing right now. He doesn't know that he has these kind of powers. That's what I get the impression on later on. You two finished out. What are you doing? Polishing the floor? I like that. Those are some snazzy uniforms, though. I'm giving that.
Yep.
Yeah. Omen 3 should have been gorillas. They don't have to do anything. They just rip your arms off. It's like, so, okay.
This kind of does raise like a theological question that we had at Catholic school a whole lot. Was at what point did Jesus realize that he was the Son of God? I mean, did he know at one that he was the Son of God?
If we're basing it on,
did he have full awareness when he was one of what he was and his divinity, or did he gradually grow into it?
I don't. Here's the deal. There is that part. There's very little mention of him as a child in the Bible, except for that scene when he's in the temple and he says, "I was in my father's house." Remember?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you expect? And so I think he knew. He might have known
at that point
all the time.
Did.
Okay,
but did he know 2 years earlier? I mean, was it something that he eventually came to realize?
I don't know. I don't know. I would think he would have, but I don't know.
Because the Jewish custom is you're a child till you reach a certain age, and then you're a man.
Well, okay.
And so
bar mitzvah, right? That's the ceremony for that. Yeah, but
yeah. So was it around that point that he had his humanity fully realized his divinity, or did his humanity always know about his divinity? And
I would guess the latter. The humanity always knew, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if theologians throughout the centuries have figured that out either. Because I guess that's just a big question mark. I don't know, but
it's an interesting discussion to think about, because not comparing this to Christ Jesus, but yes. Damien's kind of like in the same boat. He's like you said, he's slowly starting to realize what he is. But Miss Krabby Patty seemed to already know.
Mm-hmm. I need to step away for a moment. I'm going to mute myself, okay?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
But no, even in the Bible, you have the wise men realizing who Jesus is when he's born. So just like in this, you have other bad people realizing who the Antichrist is when he's born. I don't know if he's just drawing evil people toward him. I don't know. It's
and Mary and Joseph certainly knew, and John the Baptist knew, and Elizabeth knew.
Yeah, well, they were visited by angels, and God revealed to Joseph, and it's. John the Baptist knew, or he knew when he saw him who he was. Yeah, I think that's what happened there. Yeah.
Well, they also knew in the womb, Jesus in the womb, and John the Baptist in the womb. When their mothers met, they rejoiced in their wombs because they knew each other.
Yeah,
and that's a very touching story.
And John the Baptist, I believe, is also an Immaculate Conception. If you go by that, I think his mom had already been married and she was declared barren, but she conceived of him too. I mean, I think you've had other Immaculate Conceptions in the Bible. Just Mary's was particularly special. But if you're going by the theology. Only he can protect you. So she's doing the same thing that he's being rather cold, I think, don't you?
Well, he is a rich businessman.
And part of me wonders, Sue, are the Thorns particularly religious? This is my question.
I think they go to church, but I wouldn't peg them as
Damien was not baptized, okay, at any church, okay, because that would have been a problem, okay. He ain't going through
I think a lot of rich people will go to church for the social aspect of it, but I don't think that really means they're trying to.
I don't think Damien's ever been to church, though. Correct? Because when he was a child and went in there,
he's been to a lot of funerals.
Yeah, he freaked out. Okay, I don't know though. I mean, maybe he'd have to figure out a way to not freak out when he's older, because. Especially if he's going to be head of state and meeting if he's going to be an important person, he's going to have to at least fake it, at least, right? I don't know. This is just. I have to tell you, Mark's death is the most tragic, I think, don't you? Or maybe not, depending on how you view it. Because I would argue he passed the test, But we'll get to that later.
And check out this cell phone, or was that a beeper?
I don't know. I have to admit, we always think, oh, it's old, but you're seeing stuff in these movies. It's actually fairly up to date.
So if she's the second wife, do you think she conspired to kill the first wife? Wouldn't that be an interesting side story?
Possibly. Yeah, probably. It depends. We don't know how the first wife died. Okay, that's
It's
one
like
of the
like a
issues.
reverse Hamlet, instead of the brother killing the king to get to the wife to become king. Some random hoochie mama killed a random rich
Rich
wife
woman
to become rich.
It would have had to have happened after Damien became in the custody of
Yeah.
his family. Now, keep in mind, none of this was thought of when the first movie was made, okay? Because I got the impression that the Mr. Thorn had a brother. Was that ever mentioned? No.
No.
But, we have to continue this on. We have to drag this out a bit more. I'm like, oh, good, I get to inherit the Thorn millions. Oh, there's extended family. We didn't think about that. We placed you in the wrong rich family. Sorry, we're going to have to work on this a bit more.
And that's a very red coat she's got on.
I know. Yeah, I don't know what the point of that is. Anyway, though, but keep in mind, Damien the Antichrist, at least in these, this is some aberration. This is not some perfect creation. This is, something abhorrent. Do you understand? I mean, he came out of a jackal, right?
Yeah.
It's. This is a pretty bad death, but.
Yeah. And this was shot with real crows and puppet crows.
So I don't know. Are some of these deaths would she be considered a martyr? I guess because she's doing this. She's praying.
I would think so. I mean, she's dying for the cause.
She's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I guess this would be a martyr. I mean, we have some of those in this martyr's death. Yeah, but.
And at first, I thought the crows were just going to peck out her eyes or something, and she just died from that. But no, she wanders in the road, gets hit by a semi.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though. If people keep dying in mysterious ways, doesn't that draw attention? You know what I'm saying?
I would think so.
Okay. You got to call AAA, but you don't have a cell phone yet because they haven't been invented yet. Go to the farmhouse. They can help you out. Right?
Or maybe there's a killer in there with a chainsaw.
Or maybe it's some nice Quakers, okay? I don't know. It's like... Okay, singing in Latin. This ain't good. This is a bad way to go. I don't like Bird. You know what? I will. I will F you up. That's what I want to say to that bird, okay? I am not above wringing your neck, okay? See, I'd be trying to attack it. I guess it's a supernatural bird. I have a question. Is this a supernatural bird or is it a bird being possessed? Okay. Is this a crow from the pits of hell or is it just a...
Well, that's a good question.
Or is this just, I don't know. So, yeah, she's having a bad day. Okay.
Or maybe she needs to wash her hair better, not have food in it.
Yeah, she was using some of that, honey scented shampoo.
Yeah.
Dude, you could have bears. Bears as the third animal. What do you think of that, huh?
Holy crap.
I wouldn't. I'm trying to think. It'd probably have to be a feline type of animal in the third movie. Because you did dogs, you did birds, you need a feline, something of the feline species. I don't know, maybe a snow leopard or something. I don't know.
And I can't believe how they just
Did she just hop up? What happened there?
And then hits the top of the trailer, and then she falls underneath it.
She falls underneath it, yeah, because that sort of thing happens. No one cares because Mr. Thorn didn't like her anyway. Thorn's brother Thorn's brother that's never mentioned at all in the first movie. I'm just saying.
And here's like the only upbeat, uplifting part of the entire film score.
How old was Lee Grant in this movie? Lee Grant in 1967. She was born in the mid-20s. They don't know what her specific year was, though, as she was born. Okay. I guess she's not that much younger than him. Okay. Here we go. Snow fight. How'd you like to live in the 1970s, Daniel?
Well, I was alive in the 1970s.
I know. Get yourself some Jiffy Pop. I think in 1970s, Jiffy Pop is the first thing that pops to mind. I don't know why, because I guess there were microwaves, but they weren't as popular as they got to be in the 80s. So no microwave popcorn. You had to use the Jiffy Pop. I think you could still buy Jiffy Pop, can't you? Certain places.
I don't think I've ever seen a Jiffy Pop.
I should buy some Jiffy Pop. Yeah, Mark, enjoy your birthday. You're gonna
So there's last one you ever have.
Oh, this is terrible. It's on the ice. Everyone's ice skating. There goes the lake. Foreshadowing.
I didn't catch that the first time.
That's so bad. I'm really gratified to learn that you decided to shelve your land acquisition project. Well, it may be in the best interest of the company, Bill, but I still don't understand your vehement. Just because it's not been done before doesn't mean it's illegal. But is it ethical? I don't know. You could say it might even be diabolical. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm just saying. Boy, I'm sure glad that rich people aren't buying up tons of farmland now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sure there's no nefarious purposes behind that. Okay, Damien. You don't like his hair. I'm sorry.
Like David Hasselhoff hair.
I think Hasselhoff pulled it off better. This guy just seems evil. Okay. Stop by the company.
Yeah, I picked up on that like right here because it's gonna be yours one day, Damien.
It's gonna be yours one day.
Like, and Mark's too. And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, of course, Mark. Yeah. It'd be Mark's that Mark got in line, okay? Which we know he won't. You know? I don't know.
Did you ever have fireworks at any of your birthday parties?
No.
No, I didn't either.
I got them around 4th of July, though. Not anything fancy like this, but, I used to bottle rockets. Used to like those. What did I have at my birthday? Did I have anything interesting? I think the most interesting excursion was miniature golf. I remember that. Birthday parties. Okay. The time is coming for you to put aside childish things and pace up to becoming a man. Does this mean I can't play with Shrinky Dinks anymore? That's what he should have said. Like, what does Damien do for fun? Like, what's this child activity does he do? He seemed to really get off by burning ants through the magnifying glass, but, he outgrew that fate. I don't know. I'm trying to think, what does he do? Damien is pure evil. Well, Team Ghost Planet. That's you're very into labeling, okay?
What is evil, anyways? It's just like how you define it.
That's a line. Well, yeah. What was the line from Rock and Rule? We've gone beyond good and evil. Like he. The villain that's based around Mick Jagger. It's a cartoon movie, and the villain, you can tell he was based off Mick Jagger, and he's having a computer try to figure out how he can bring in a demon from another dimension into the Earth and stuff. It's all right. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't understand this. Do you live in a cold climate, or have you? Do people like barbecue in the middle of freezing cold weather?
I would think so. I mean, yeah.
I maybe it's cool, but like winter sports, I don't know. Even when I lived in Jersey, I don't think I got into this stuff. I guess you can grill outside in the winter.
Yeah.
Just strikes me as odd.
I looked at buying a grill today, actually.
You were going to buy a grill? Grills are nice.
I was thinking about it. I decided not to.
What kind? Charcoal or
it's a propane. It's a Weber. It's like yay big stainless steel. It's huge.
You know who likes propane? Hank Hill.
It's true.
Remember when the family was going next door and they were going with the charcoal barbecue because the neighbor had it up and they had to keep it hidden because he was like, here you go, thank you. Ribs. I'll take some ribs. That's what I'm thinking. That's my favorite food. Barbecue ribs. Yes.
Really?
Baby back ribs. That's the best thing on this planet. Okay.
Rebecca's son Jackson really likes to eat ribs.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. It's good stuff. I used to go to Ruby Tuesday and get the half rack, and I got 2 sides with it. And then they shut Ruby
Jackson will
Tuesdays
order
down.
The whole rack of ribs.
What?
Yeah, he gets the whole rack.
You can get a whole rack if you want them, but I don't have the stamina I once had. Okay, no. I mean, when I was younger, I could tear apart a full rack, but now I do the half rack.
See, I just don't really understand why this guy gets whacked. He wasn't causing
Here's why he gets whacked, because he's interfering with the plan to starve half the world, okay? Is it ethical? I don't know. I'm this is a I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. There's nothing funny about this scene. It's tragic. The currents got him. Why? Because he went against the guy with the perm, okay? And the guy with the perm is in league with Satan, okay? So it's gonna be. Look at that. He's looking. He knows. He knows what's happening. He's not doing anything. Oh yeah, I caught an ambulance. Yeah, couldn't get through though. The line was busy or something. I mean, it's just. The currents got him, and the music here is terrifying, right?
It is. Every time someone gets killed, I mean, Goldsmith just turns on that music. Like,
oh, look, he's grabbing onto the branch. Hurry, everybody. Hurry. Hurry. Oh, I'm so cold. I'm going to lose my grip and go under again. And
honestly, it wouldn't take that long to go into hypothermia in that water.
Everybody spreads out, and then we get this big crescendo or whatever. And look at him. He's like, it's like he knows it's over. The music pulls in that emotion, right? It's this horrible, tragic death. Okay, well. I'm thinking we're not even an hour into it, and there's all these horrible deaths happening. Are there more deaths in this than the first one? I think there are, aren't there?
Yes. And if I was him, I'd be like, dang, like Krabby Patty just died, and now my best friend at work just died, and I'm gonna get news about some reporter chick getting killed by a truck. I start to like, I don't know, wonder, wouldn't you? Boomer?
Now, yeah, maybe. Now, would they have kept this guy around if he had just gone along with these plans, at least for a bit? Because he's
I
already
mean,
getting up there, right? So probably
yeah.
when Damien hit 30, this guy finally croaks. Okay, I'm thinking, right? We don't have to get rid of him right away, right?
You mean Afro dude?
No, William Holden's character, right? I mean,
Okay.
so here we go. Look at that. Smartly dressed.
And
That
there's a
kid,
time jump here, although it's not
dude, that kid had the
stated
perm
very
going
well.
on too. That kid had the perm going on too. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That was a thing back in the day, You get your hair teased out. They're buying up land in India. You're making decisions without me. Well, yeah, I'm the acting president. Okay, it's like Bill Atherton is not with us anymore. Okay, he drowned, froze to death. You think when they dragged his body out like he shattered into a million pieces?
I don't
We
think
should
it
we
was
should have
that.
seen that. Oh,
No,
Chris P, you
no.
back?
Yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was that frozen.
I think he did die from hypothermia though before drowning.
Yeah.
I was making a point to Daniel. I was like, the guy was saying, but is it ethical? Is it ethical? Maybe not. Maybe it's diabolical. It's like we're gonna buy up all this land and then make the land disappear so there's no food. Okay, I don't know. It's I don't know what the plan was here. This is what makes me angry about part 3. Okay, what was the food plan? We don't find out. I'm assuming it was to start some kind of famine in the world. Okay. Probably after Damien's elected king of the European Union and also president of the United States at the same time or something. I don't know. It's
Some
That'd be like
position
a
of
very
power.
tricky job.
Yeah.
okay. You like this creepy scene here?
Yeah, I think this scene's like way creepy.
So we have an artist in the class. Am I boring you? You, of course, know about Napoleon's campaigns. Something about them, sir. Damien knows everything, dude. I guess he knows everything the devil knows, right? Is that what I'm getting the impression? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, especially if it was battle too.
Yep.
But I mean, it's interesting because people considered Napoleon to be an antichrist at one point.
Yeah.
But then the professor starts asking about people who no one would consider to be demonic.
Well, important figures in history, I mean, think
True.
about these are,
True.
He's asking about all these wars, Black Death, all this terrible stuff. Abraham Lincoln's death, it's Charles the First.
Start a Facebook. Oh, they left that one out.
Yeah.
Who's the Black Prince? I should probably know who that is. William McKinley. Yeah, McKinley was assassinated, wasn't he?
It was.
Was that over graft? Like some guy was expecting something and he didn't get it, and he
Was McKinley the first president to get assassanated?
No, he was after Lincoln, and I don't know if anyone before Lincoln was assassinated. That's a good question. Or was McKinley the guy that was killed by the anarchists? No, that was later. I don't know.
Someone in the chat, tell us when McKinley was assassinated and by whom.
Well, you know when he was. Damien said 1901. You're going to doubt?
Maybe he's wrong. Maybe he was
Damien?
just free balling dates, and the professor's like.
It'd be funny if he was free, and the teacher doesn't know either. It's just.
He had all the answers written on the board. That's how he knew.
Yeah, I know, right? You mustn't attract attention. Is this like the time when you're a kid and you learn there's no Santa Claus? Like when you learn you're
What?
the Antichrist?
Wait.
Sorry, what?
Spoilers.
Some adult lies to you and says there's no Santa Claus. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. 13th chapter. Read, learn, understand. I'm not gonna be pussyfooting around this anymore. You're the Prince of Lies, okay? Or the son of the Prince of Lies. I don't know. Just,
Mark Zuckerberg has a son?
oh, don't joke. Oh man.
I thought Mark Zuckerberg was the son of Commander Data.
Funny.
I thought he was the son of a jackal.
Ooh, yeah.
One of my Facebook profiles getting deleted right now.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? It wouldn't be any loss. Trust me. Okay.
That's true.
There's a rumor there's going to be a name change coming around soon. We like the brass band, right? Huh?
And that's got to be loud in there.
Very.
I'm impressed. There's Mark.
They're playing traditional grip.
I don't know. I think I would like this movie if it's just been Damien at boarding school and he's just learning stuff.
Kind of like Harry Potter. Like here's how to learn how to, destroy the world. There'll be secret classes he has to go to, like.
I saw an article on the internet today
Here's
about
how to
how
cause maximum deaths on both your side and the other side when you're in a war. Okay, what were you saying? What?
I saw an article on the internet about how Harry Potter wasted a prime opportunity to showcase diversity. It's like, okay.
If you read the books, there are many students in that school of many different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even in the movies they showed it.
In the movies, because that's how it was in the books too.
Yep.
I didn't click on the article. I just saw the headline. I was like,
Man, they're reaching there.
They need stuff
anything they can.
They need stuff to complain about. That's what they need.
So, Boomer, have you heard the rumor that the new Indiana Jones movie is about time travel?
I've heard this rumor. We don't know yet. Okay, gotta wait and see. Keep the faith.
Have you heard it's been delayed an entire year now?
Heard it's been delayed another year.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Because maybe people didn't like the time travel story. Sorry, I'm not saying that there was a time travel story. Antonio Banderas is the villain, though. That's what I keep hearing.
I thought Max Mikkelsen was going to be the
I don't know. Okay, this is got to be kind of tough to see.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to see this?
I cut my own hair, and I can't even do that with a mirror.
Come on.
No, I really do cut my own hair.
No, I know that, but how can you see that? That's my point. How you see that? Unless he has eyes in the back of his head. Supernatural. He's freaking out a little bit. Oh, no. Dude, come on. You're going to get the women, okay?
See, and
sorry.
Here's Goldsmith just giving us balls to walls film score right here.
Yes. Women like the bad boy. What's the ultimate bad boy? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you better run. He's running. He's probably all horrified. This is like, what this reminds me of? The scene on Superman the Animated Series when Clark Kent freaks out when he finds out he's from Krypton and says, "I'm not a freak, I'm not." And then he runs and he starts flying and everything's going to be okay. And that's sort of what this is. He yells out, "Why me?" And then he's like, "Well, you know what? I guess there are worse things, right?"
Probably.
I mean, I can basically be as evil as I want. What's going to happen? It's like, well, I guess until, somebody else shows up. But I mean,
Yeah, I guess if this was a CW show, there'd be an entire season of him just being like, "Why me? Like, why does it have to be me?"
I could so see this as a CW series.
I don't want to be the son of a jackal, man. They want me. It sucks.
A lot of talking about feelings in hallways. That would be that.
Yeah, there'd be that, and but if they were going to be smart about it, he'd all be a ruse to gain sympathy. He doesn't care because I'm okay now. Let's go to sleep. Leave me alone.
Okay, so he's accepted it now, right?
Basically, yeah.
I feel like there should be a scene between like why me and acceptance. So like something's missing here. Like
No,
maybe
no. Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
No, wait. Think about it. If he had run out on the dock and that little boy that he made do, polish the floor had come out and was teasing him, and then Damien just like made his head explode or something, and he'd be like, "Okay, this is kind of cool," and then he accepted it. Then this scene makes more sense to me.
To be honest with you, if you're the villain, you want to scare the bejesus out of the bully, and then he ends up being your right hand man. Okay, isn't that what happened with Al? Well, no, I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, look, it's another guy with a boss mustache, right?
And curly hair.
If this guy had a beard, he'd look just like Colonel Sanders, right?
Yeah,
Just saying.
would.
Colonel Sanders should be an agent of the devil. Okay. Just all right. What is this nonsense? Are they taking? They're going? Is it like permanently Christmas where they're at right now? Like they're going on these nice little carriage rides with the horse.
Well, it's definitely wintertime.
He's got a telescope in his office.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, the minibar I can understand, but the telescope?
I'd have a telescope.
You just like to look around.
There's a girls' dormitory across the stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
A telescope. For looking at the stars, making sure the stars are in alignment for the
goat sacrifice
to rise to power. Okay. Now listen. I'm sure he was killed by one of our people, but maybe he wasn't because I don't want to die horribly and bring this. So I won't bring this to the authorities. I have no idea. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I think it should be investigated, though. Yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah. So is any of this ringing a bell to you, Crispy?
No, just parts here and there. Okay. I remember where Damien saw the numbers on his head, and he's arguing to the teacher about the dates. I remember those parts.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, they're in Chicago. There's the Hancock building right there.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you ever been in the Hancock building?
I haven't.
No, I haven't either. I've been to Chicago once briefly, but that's it.
There's an elevator you can get on the second floor, and you can go up to floor 94 or 95. It's like a little clubhouse place. You can get like drinks and like small finger food, sandwiches, stuff like that. But what really got me was you went from floor 2 to 95 in less than a minute.
Wow.
Really?
I counted. I timed it.
Is that what the elevator in this movie is based on? That elevator?
I have no idea.
Interesting.
I just remember it was being really fast.
Yeah. See, the young men are smartly dressed in this, okay? It's everybody else that's just already look at his reflection in the glass right there, okay? It's like we're getting a preview of him as an adult right now, okay? Have you got the P-84 checklist? Hey, Damien. Better put your hard hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Better put a gas mask on with what's coming up here. This was actually this guy's picture of how he looks after this. This is the guy. That's what I wanted my image to be of, but I went with the guy on the train instead. But
Nice jacket.
yeah, they're not bad. How about that tie, huh?
Okay, Ty.
You know what makes him look evil? It's his eyes. There's like a shadow over his eyes in like every scene. It's like our profitable future. Will I make bags of money if I sell out the poor people of the world and their land and stuff? I don't know what he's proposing here. Yeah, we're not in the business of exploitation, or at least they can't think that. Okay. Okay.
And so all these business meetings set up the third one, right?
No.
No. So they are
I know
kind
that
of
was the plan. Because if you're going to be having all the horrible things happen, you want some setup. I kind of get that. On Millennium, there was a horrible virus that the Russians had made during the Cold War that got loose, which they kind of drew it back in the third season. But this horrible virus that made you bleed from your orifices and everything. From your pores, basically. You'd bleed out of your pores. It was a horrible virus on Millennium, but that I assume was supposed to be Plague, one of the Four Horsemen, and then you'd have they had the Antichrist on Millennium, but he was Russian. Okay. He was only one episode, though. They didn't bring him back, but it was assumed he was.
Is Millennium available on DVD?
Regular DVD, yes. No Blu-ray though for it yet, as far as I know.
Was it 1 or 2 seasons?
3.
It was like
It had
4
3
or 5.
seasons. I have them on DVD. They're good, but yeah. Oh yeah, this is. I'm sorry.
Oh.
This is. And I'm wondering if at this point if it's Damien doing this. Okay. This is where I'm confused. Have all the other horrible deaths been Damien unconsciously doing it, and it was the devil doing it, or is this stuff just being done by him on purpose now? It's like, okay, I'll take the wheel now that I know what I am. They don't explain it. Oh, this is bad.
No, not Sydney.
Yeah, there he goes. Oh, and he falls back. He's done. And Damien just walks away. He knows.
Their skins turn gray. Does that mean they're going to turn into zombies?
Ooh.
Don't joke. There's a Italian zombie movie called Hell of the Living Dead, and you see these guys in the hazmat suits going to this part of this complex, I guess, where they're doing. I don't know if it's the military doing bad stuff, and they go, "Hey, how is this rat back here? There's no way it could have survived the radiation." Then the rat comes to life and burrows into the one guy's hazmat suit, and the guy starts bleeding, and then he falls and starts hitting panels, and then suddenly the horrible disease gets loose that turns everybody into zombies. Okay, and or the pathogen or whatever they made there. It's ridiculous. All right, here in my opinion is the most unfortunate character in this movie. What? What'd you notice?
Is that the victim of the elevator?
Yep.
Oh.
He's the biologist. He's like, hey, can you test my nephew's blood and see if he's the son of a jackal or something? I just don't know. Run some other tests on Damien. Run some additional tests. And Damien's like, I'm okay. Why do I have to stay here if I'm okay? I don't know. Your permission, doctor. Of course, that's fine. Next week you can take him back. And look, she kissed him first before Mark. We know who's preferential in her mind. Okay. Damien knows what's up.
Yeah, look at that. Look at
Little
that face
smirk
there.
he has on his face. He's full on evil. It's like, come on. I don't know though. I think you're right. Like in that book series you're talking about, that he probably should have always been bad. like the whole I mean, at first he's all socked and he's like, okay, well, I'll roll with it. It's like, maybe it's the fact that you have all this power and you just get seduced by it. Maybe that's what it is. Look at him. I'm sorry. He's looking at the microscope. It's the funniest part. What? This can't be right. Did he yell out Jackal there, I think?
Yep.
Jackal. There's something that I just don't understand. Okay, well, that was nice and cryptic. So let me get in the elevator and die, and then also the lab explodes, destroying any evidence. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, all conveniently.
Oh, you left the Bunsen burner on. You also had a gas leak, too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just, it's
Yeah, it was his mistake. He left the Bunsen burners going.
I don't know. Couldn't someone else test him again? Hey,
Yeah.
Damien, could I have a sample of your blood to test?
I mean, you think if you could cause all these, accidents to happen, you could cause a blood test to come back normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, yeah, but then it wouldn't be as much fun as being able to slice this guy in half. I'm sorry, did I say that? I don't know. I don't know why half the stuff happens, right? It's like having Granny Crabapple die of the heart attack or whatever, the stroke or whatever. That makes more sense. This is just a little outlandish, but like, why all the hate for this guy? He's
just doing his job. Whoa!
This is a very 70s looking elevator.
I was listening to a commentary on this film before I saw it, so I knew this was coming.
Oh, you did?
It wasn't. I couldn't quite visualize it in my head.
Now, depending on the cut of the movie you have, this part gets censored. Okay.
Oh, there's different versions of this film.
Apparently, you have I'm sure in all the versions available now they leave it uncut, but I think in older versions I don't know what they did to make it less severe because I haven't seen those cuts, but like I think original theatrical run, this was not in there. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, you could tell where they cut it. Yeah, you didn't see the guts. You didn't see the guts. You saw everything else but the guts. Okay. The guts are in my version of it, the Shout Factory. Were there guts in your version of it, Daniel? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Okay. You could tell they cut that part out. They cut that part out of the theatrical version. You still get
what's really terrifying about this is he could have lived for a little while after that happened.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Probably contemplating, why he didn't become an electrician. I don't know. I'm just
could have taken over the family farm or something.
Yeah, like I thought being a biologist.
No one ever died from a farming accident, right?
Yeah.
Just looking at cells in a microscope, nice safe job, and then okay.
Yeah, you find something a little weird, and there you go. That's it.
The tissue tests that Damon had a different cell structure. Quite concerned about it.
I feel like they should have had a line here where they said, well, I mean, he's never been sick. He's never gotten cold. Because that was in the other movie. Remember? The mom was saying that. Like, he never gets sick. He's never had a cold. And the dad's like, why are you complaining, woman? That's good.
Yep.
A little too good.
Dinosaur. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, he's going to be starting up the exhibit. Okay. You didn't ask me what I was sipping on, Daniel.
Oh,
What you sipping on, Daniel?
I found a vanilla soda in the way back of the refrigerator.
Like a vanilla Coke?
I guess.
All right. I had a Minute Maid lemonade.
How was that?
Fine, but I doubt any actual lemons were used in the production of it. But
yeah.
Probably
Isn't
not.
it like 2% juice or something? It says on the
so,
bottle.
if you're
Yeah.
lucky. Okay.
Yeah. 2% imitation juice.
They had like a buy two get two free on like the big bottle, so I didn't just want to do Coke. So I'll do a fruit punch and I'll do a lemonade. I was like, I can use the lemonade to make Arnold Palmer's with, because then I didn't do that. I just drank it straight. So okay. Oh, look here.
I think those are. Yep.
How do these keep turning up? Are there like multiple? Did they like make a bunch of these, or just somehow they just keep getting collected again? Like, did somebody show up at the church after Thorn was shot and just, I'll gather these up and mail them back to the guy in Cairo, and then he's because they keep showing up. The daggers of
They've been
Megiddo
lost
or
for
whatever.
7 years at this point. It's like that record I ordered from Great Britain 2.5 months ago. It's still not here.
I ordered a CD of the Lensman soundtrack from Japan, and it never came in the mail.
Ooh.
Is it still in the process of being shipped, or?
I don't know. It probably got canceled, I'm sure. I should look up I can't look up records that far back on eBay, can I?
I don't think so. I recorded that movie, Lensman, off Sci-Fi years ago to VHS.
Oh, yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like the
Yep.
score to it. It's good. You can find the score on YouTube, actually. You can even find the movie on YouTube. That'll never get released over here again. That is a. I've waited for that to get a DVD or a Blu-ray release. I think the EE Ducks, the estate that housed those novels, was not happy with that production.
Boomer, have you ever seen Robot Carnival?
Yes. I recommend, if you could still get it, the Blu-ray of that is very nice. Yeah, but I used to watch Robot Carnival.
I recorded that one too on VHS. I got to find it. See, I don't even know if the tape's any good anymore. It's like back in the 90s.
Well, they did finally. Discotheque, it might still be available, did release a DVD and a Blu-ray of that movie, so it is available.
Nice.
And I think they were streaming it on Amazon Prime if you had a Prime subscription.
Oh, I do.
On there as well. Let me see if it's on there. I'll let you know. So, what do we think of our archaeology? Okay, I like this part. What movie are they watching here? You know, Daniel?
Some kind of corny looking movie to me.
Was that like State Fair? I don't know. Oh, it's interesting. Robot Carnival is on Amazon Prime, but you have to watch it with IMBD TV subscription, which basically means you don't have to subscribe. It just you get ads with it. Okay, but you can watch it on there.
Now, if you were this guy, would you drive right over to the house where Damien's probably hanging out at?
And like loudly say, "Hey, listen, I got to talk to you. He's the son of a jackal. He's the devil incarnate. Oh no, it's like, hey, he can hear you. So can Mark.
Does he know who Damien really is?
Oh no. You know what? I like Lee Grant's hairstyle. It ain't bad. What do you think, huh?
Man.
No, no, okay. Oh, she was in Valley of the Dolls, and she was in the Heat of the Night with Sidney Poitier. Remember that? And Rod Steiger was in that too. Okay. Hello, Damien. Can I talk to your not father? Because you're not uncle, really, if you think about it. And I would say that to him. And let me shut the door. And like, can you like ask him to meet you for coffee? I have something important to tell you about Damien. And then, like, the waitress, for whatever reason, starts pouring scalding hot coffee on you until your face burns off. I'm just saying. Actually, no, it would be a cappuccino machine accident, right?
Ooh.
He'd like
Machine.
he had some cafe and he'd go by and the cappuccino machine would explode and right as he was about to tell. What's he drinking there? Scotch? Everyone's listening in. There's no Damien is the devil's son. Okay. The beast foretold in the book of Revelation. He isn't human. Okay. He's looking rather intense here, right?
Yeah. Why is there no music here?
Yeah, I don't know. Like a little, like in the trailer, you see the scene with music overplayed on it. And it's really good. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's the 70s, we have to make the score sparse.
It is pretty sparse, and it's like 40 minutes total.
I'm telling you, it could be longer if they included that disco song that was playing in the background at the party. I'm just saying. By the way, Daniel, did you say you get HBO Max for free?
I do, but I haven't figured out how to use it.
You got to figure it out. The film catalog on there is.
They actually have movies?
They have a lot of movies. It would save you a lot of money. Remember you talking about doing Superman 2? They have the theatrical version on there. Okay, they could save yourself a lot of money in rentals if you figure out how to get that up and starting. You know what you could do? Just get someone in the chat on your tablet there, okay, and say, how do I hook up my HBO Max? And it'd be like me with my Apple TV Plus trying to get it redeemed, and it took like an hour or two. Me chatting with the guy online before I finally got it. Ugh. You know, Apple TV Plus, the thing no one subscribed to.
So, like, the music that you hear in the film was done by a studio orchestra out in Hollywood.
Okay.
And then the soundtrack release, because back in those days, the studio musicians recorded a score, they got paid for that. If you went ahead and released the soundtrack, you would have to pay them their full amount. Again, they get double paid for that. So if you did a soundtrack, you would fly to London and you would record the soundtrack that gets released at that point.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it's not precisely what you're hearing on the screen.
It's not, no. And usually they'll tweak it for the soundtrack chunk. And the original recordings got mislabeled and lost for decades. But they eventually found them. And the CD that I sent you, Boomer, for Omen and Omen II, it's got what you actually hear in the movie for part of it, and then it's got the re-recordings for London at the second half.
They're really nice scores on those CDs.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting though that it feels like the tracks aren't quite in sync with the movie. Like you get the train song earlier on the CD than you do in the movie. I mean, it's fine, but
yeah.
So, shot in a church while trying to stab Damien. Look, if you'd all go along with the plan, everything would be just gravy, okay? It's a filthy, stupid story. Now, I have a question. When you were first watching this, Dan, you were thinking she's being very sincere here, right? She's just
I
thinking about
did.
her
Yeah, I
love for
did.
the
I just
boys,
thought she
right?
was just like, y'all just crazy. Stop this.
Good performance. Like I didn't get a hint that she was. That's the good twist.
I wish they had dropped hints of like of an incestuous relationship between her and Damien. Though I think that would have been like really just.
Well, it's not technically incestuous because one, he's
But
not a
it's
Thorn. Second,
very, very true. Very true.
she's not his mother.
And
Hmm.
Maybe it
improper
would be
and
illegal because
improper
of the age difference.
unless you're a teacher in Virginia, right?
Of
Right?
course, yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, when they were watching that movie, he was laying back on her. She had her arm around him. It's about as close as you can get there.
Look at Mark. I have to admit this scene I think is the most tragic coming up, right?
I feel like this should be like the most impactful scene in the entire movie, but it's a little flat for me.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess yeah. But this is what it is. Mark realizes what Damien is, and Damien says, "Yes, I am what you think I am." You know. I know you're there. Admit though, Sam Neill's the adult Damien in the next one. Sam Neill kind of looks like a grown-up version of this kid, right? In a way, if you think about it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the actor they got to play Damien does a fine job.
Oh no, he's good. All the actors that play Damien in these movies are good. He said the devil could create his image on earth. Uh-oh. Say it, Mark. It's that scene in the trailer. You know?
I stumbled across this scene on YouTube like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of interesting."
Well, it's in the first one. We just get the kid. The kid barely says anything, right? You know, he says,
I
like,
don't think he says anything at all.
Yeah, and he says, "Don't know, Daddy, no." At the end, I think that's about it, right? And it's. She wasn't my mother. I was
chosen one.
Yeah,
Balance to the force. Oh wait, that's a different movie.
you're my brother, Anakin.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think Mark doesn't have the high ground here.
Well, this is almost like join me. Come on, that's what he's saying. Join me. Come with me, Mark. And here's the sad thing. I think Damien genuinely loves Mark.
Yeah.
And does think of him as a brother and wants him at his side. And Mark says no, because you're the devil. Okay. So I would argue this is probably another martyr's death coming up here because he won't side with him. And think about it, he could offer you the world probably, but no, he says no. I'll ask once more. This is almost like the Doubting Thomas bit, this is, or part, not bit, excuse me. Like 3 times, I'll ask you 3 times, and he says no. Like reverse of that. Never mind, I'm grasping at straws here. Okay. How do we think of the way he dies, Daniel?
I think if you have a stroke, it doesn't hurt because there's no nerve endings in your brain.
He is screaming. He is screaming right now.
I was thinking he was like crushing his throat or something, but the doctor said that he basically had a stroke. He had a weak blood vessel, whatever in his brain, and it just wore out.
I like that scream Damien does. He actually hated doing that. You notice that? Like, I think he's actually upset, okay? Which is interesting because maybe Mark is the only one he cares about in this whole movie. Since
Well, if you really care about him, you wouldn't kill him.
He couldn't. No, Mark said no. He could have been at his side, but no, he just felt I didn't do anything.
Sure. Hmm.
Another funeral. A lot of funerals in these movies, right?
Well, that's a,
I guess we missed out on the one for what's his name, the guy that went under the ice because
do I want the Commando movie soundtrack on CD?
listen to it on YouTube first.
No, I'd listen to it. I mean,
Like the tropical beats. Here's the deal. I love Commando.
It's James Horner, so that's
I know
kind of
it's
like how
James Horner, but it's you know, make your own decisions. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, do you like the score? That's what I'm going to ask you.
Not particularly.
Then don't buy it. Okay. Here's the deal. I love Commando. It is a great classic, you know, Arnold movie. But the soundtrack is. It doesn't hurt. Best thing I'll say is it doesn't hurt the movie. Okay. The bad sax.
I've been outbid by $1. It's like $27. It goes off.
They're not paying $27 for that. You need to get the Austin Powers soundtrack.
Okay.
I like that. Of course, technically it's a soundtrack because it has all different themes. Has the soul bossa nova on it, you know. Okay.
Dang it, Boomer! Dang it.
No, I'm not going to do it. We'll do an Austin Powers rewatch one of these days. I think that's going to happen. All right, or say, well, what kind of score? There's some score in it, but you know, this is called soundtracks with Birdman. Just saying. There's no song on this. There's no lyric song on this. What's up, Goldsmith? The Piper song doesn't make a revisit on here. I guess because that's not William Holden's love theme in it, right? In fact, there's no real love story in this, is there?
There's not. No. And you know, I said before, like the first Omen soundtrack got some wonderful love music.
Mm-hmm.
Very beautiful. This one's just like.
Yeah, this is just straight up everything. Everything's bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay, so do you think the score is too powerful for the film? Because I don't think the film is all bad. I mean, Damien's starting to come into his own, but I don't get the sense of impending doom for the entire world throughout this film. But musically, yeah, it's like, oh, shit's going down all over the place.
I get the sense of impending doom because of the shenanigans the corporation is starting up, which we get a little bit of, which I say doesn't come into fruition in part 3, which don't get me started. Anyway, is he hiding in a confessional? Where is he?
He's at church.
Okay, he's in some tiny room and he's saying, I listen to me though. I've seen the wall. So they go down to the train depot. You know this guy's going to get it.
Do you think Donner would have made a better film?
Yes. Yes.
You think he would have had better scripts?
Yes, but I don't hate this script. I have to tell you, okay? I know you're a little nonplussed, but would he have had a better script? Here's the problem. The original writer of this, I found out on one of the special features, they did not want him back. apparently the straw that broke the camel's back was he wrote a novelization of the Omen movie, and it got released to print before the movie came out, and he made a bit of chunk and change off of that. But I don't think the studio wanted him to do it. Now I think he had the right to do it, but and he even said if he had done the sequel, no, we're starting the sequel off with the president and young Damien, okay, where the last movie left off. That's what he was going to do, okay, if he had been brought in. It wouldn't have been like this big gap or anything like this. And I think his main thing was, though, is that the whole point of the Omen movies, at least as far as he saw it, was that you have an innocent villain, okay? Which I don't quite understand
with the first one, because like we were talking last time, it's like, are these just like circumstances that are happening, and just like the nanny's just kind of cray cray, and the other nanny was just kind of like cray cray, and
it's a theory about the movie. There are different theories about the first Omen movie. This is pretty much straight up, though. It's demonic stuff going on, okay? Which might be why I like it so much, because it's more no gray area here. No, that's just I like my good guys good and my bad guys bad. Okay, there are no real good guys in this except for maybe the guy that went under the lake. Mark wasn't bad. I feel bad for Mark. He said no.
Well, the guy that's about to get killed by the train isn't exactly a bad guy.
Yeah, but he's kind of a loser. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. He's hiding out in a church. He's not exactly facing this thing head on, okay? And then, of course... All right, let's look at these bricks from the wall that got sent all the way from... Oh, no! Yeah. Runaway train. Oh, he got clasped in. No! Oh, and the stones get destroyed, right? Couldn't you glue them back together?
Yeah, you could. So do you consider it a horror movie, Boomer?
Yes. What do you consider it?
I still think it's more like a
thriller.
A thriller.
All right.
I mean, to me, a horror movie is just, you go camping in the woods and some guy shows up and hacks you to death with a meat cleaver.
Well, what are you seeing in this? You're seeing people getting hacked up. It's just it's by some nameless force or random crow. Okay. Like I consider Jaws a horror movie. Remember Jaws?
Really?
Yeah. Got the hand like floating. See, maybe you just don't like slasher movies. Maybe that's what your thing is. I'll have to work on that.
So.
Actually, I'll say this: slasher movies. A lot of slasher movies have nice scores. Okay.
Do they?
Nice orchestral scores. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to have you listen to the Funhouse score, even if you never watched the movie. Okay, it's a great score. The Funhouse.
I don't know. I'd say maybe supernatural horror, since it has to do with the devil.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I hate to say this. You know what I call this? I don't want to say Satan movies, but there were a whole slew of these in the 70s. They must have thought like the world was coming to an end, because it's always about the devil baby. You have movies like The Exorcist, and my personal favorite, Race the Devil, or Race with the Devil, with Peter Fonda and Warren Oates. Escaping from the devil in their RV, and a bunch of Satanists are on their trail. It's the most ridiculous.
Rosemary's Baby, would that be another one?
Yeah, that's another one. I'm such a huge fan of that one. That's why I like the Omen more, because the Omen basically does a similar thing. But I Rosemary's Baby, I don't know. Polanski, I've never liked his movies. I've tried. I know some people love his movies.
Sharon Tate was not ugly though.
No, and no. I feel bad about what happened to. That's why I do love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, if you ever decide to watch that. But I know that. Did you see that, Daniel?
No.
Okay, I'm just letting you
I've
know.
never seen a Quentin Tarantino film, and I doubt I ever will.
What have you never seen a Tarantino movie?
Never seen one.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I mean, some people I just can't separate their personality from their work,
I
and
have
and
to.
and he's one of those people. I'm like,
If I never did that, I'd probably never see movies because half the people in Hollywood get on my last nerve.
I don't know, I totally understand that, but with Quentin Tarantino, I can't
A
separate.
lot
You
of
just seem
people
like an
don't like.
ass
A lot of people
from
don't
your
like him.
work.
It's okay. I know some people who refuse. It's all right. Look at Damien, huh? Oh my god! Look at like the other girl.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Hey, hi!" It's like everyone.
Yep.
Oh, look, it's Damien. It's like they're all coming into the
And it's Afro Man.
hmm
To the victor go the spoils, young man. Okay.
They really do love the bad boy.
I'm telling you, don't get me started on the sequel. It's like he doesn't even have a girlfriend when that movie starts out. He'd be having. I don't want to say what he'd be doing. Okay, come on, it's ridiculous. And he'll keep on killing. He'll kill anyone who thinks is threatening him. I like the finale here. It's understated. It's not like a big flashy finale, but I think it makes perfect sense in the context of this movie. Yeah, I think this is a good sequel. It's not as good as the first one. I'm not saying it is. I think it's a better sequel than I could have hoped we would have gotten because I was expecting something to be total crap. I was expecting the sequel to just be junk. Okay, and I saw this. I thought this ain't bad. There's some stuff being set up here, and I like the young actor they have playing as Damien. And Damien is finally kind of a force in his own movie rather than it just being the devil around him. He's kind of taking an active role like about halfway through it. Okay, so I don't know. I thought it was good enough. But like I said, you may have gone in with higher expectations than I did. And then we get Final Conflict, which we'll talk about next week.
Chris P, you want to come on next week for the Final Conflict?
Sure. I don't think I have anything planned.
All right, cool.
Let's see. Next week,
Now,
27th. Yeah.
Now, see, I like the daggers. Okay, the boy has got to die, and I keep wondering where are they going? How's this going to end? And then boom, it kind of hits you, and then you realize. In fact, when I first saw this the first time, I didn't realize that she wasn't Mark's birth mother. I think I had not been paying attention in the earlier part because that makes more sense. I mean, granted, she could still become the stepmom and love them like her own, right? So you can go with that, but no, it's that's not what's going on here. All right, I need to get the other daggers. They have to be. You have to say, "Hey, Damien, will you come out to this church so I can slay you on an altar?"
Oh, is
like
that
how
how they?
much more? Like how are they going to do this now? Do the
I mean,
rules apply?
Go ahead.
You're going to say, do the rules apply now that he's older? Do they have to do that same thing where they have to put him on the altar and stab him in a
I would
certain
think
way?
so.
Because that's going to be a lot harder now that he's a fully realized Antichrist with
Duct tape, man. Duct tape and zip ties.
There is your. I've always belonged to him. Boom. Damien. That's from the trailer. Now, question. How would this fire naturally occur? Or is he past the point of giving a shit about trying to square things away?
I don't think he cares at this point.
It's like, yeah, okay, that's nice. I don't want you hanging around the house. You're cramping my style now. Okay, that's basically what it is. Okay.
I got 3 highs waiting for me back at the dance.
Yeah.
I'll say this.
Priorities.
You know what I like about this, though? I think it's important to show that even if you're loyal to the Antichrist, you're still not going to meet a good end. Okay,
No, you're not.
So I think that's important to have in this. If you're, because like she was a faithful servant, but she's outlived her usefulness, I guess. And look at this; he's in the full regalia, trench coat. And this is what I was expecting him to look like as an adult in the next movie. Like he'd be in a similar style outfit. Do you understand, with the hat and everything, and like Like right now, he looks like Mini M. Bison, okay, from Street Fighter.
Mini
You know,
M.
it's
Bison.
like-
Yeah.
For such are false apostles, deceitful workers transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. Well, if they're the apostles of Christ, that's good, right? Or are they talking about the Antichrist there in that quote? I don't know.
Lance Henriksen.
Elizabeth
Yep.
Shepard.
Alan Arbus.
Alan Arbus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like about this end credit sequence? It doesn't go on for 2 hours. Okay, that's a nice change of pace. Sing in Latin. I need to look up what the lyrics of this is supposed to be. Okay,
Oh, I've got them somewhere.
is it like instead of Ave Maria, it's Ave Satan or something? Is that what he's going for here?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I wish this tune wasn't so catchy because I've been like singing it since we started the series. I
What?
just feel like walking around like singing it to myself. I'm like, no, I need to stop this.
Don't be singing the. No.
It's your fault. This is your
I
idea.
caught myself
Omen
doing
was
that
for
earlier,
you.
and I'm
It was
like-
all for you, Boomer.
No, I caught myself doing that earlier when I was listening to it on the way home, and I'm like, wait a minute, you better. This is a good way for a telephone pole to get struck by lightning and slam into your head and knock it off or something.
I opened up my pizza tonight, drive through, and the dude's like, dude, what's listening to? I'm like, Halloween music. I'm like,
Man, don't you dare say the Omen soundtrack. It'll be like, hey, I have a group that meets sometime. You know, we're
funny-
breeding jackals,
true
if you know what I
story
mean. You know, it's like-
I went out on a date one time with this girl in my astronomy class,
yeah.
and she told me she was Jewish. I'm like, okay, that's cool,
Okay, that's fine,
And then,
right?
then later that night, she told me that she was a Satanist, and I was like,
That's a different thing.
but Jews don't really believe in the Christian concept of Satan, so how does that work? Never mind, I'm just going home, and that was
Is
it.
she ethnically Jewish, but she turned to Satan? I don't understand this.
I didn't need to stick around at that point.
I
I'm
don't
just
think
like,
that's
we're-
okay in the Jewish religion, but
I'm just like, this relationship that never happened is over. Completely.
Okay.
I hope I never see you again.
I don't know.
In fact, I'm going to drop astronomy first thing in the morning.
Or just stop going. He was like, I'm going to just drop it right now. I'm never going back.
Drop
Yeah.
astronomy it was astronomy, not astrology. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
astronomy.
about to say, it's like, I thought this was an astrology class. That's what he said.
I mean, she's a cute girl, but I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm not.
That's a red flag there. I don't
Yeah.
know. Did she bite the heads off of chickens too? Was that?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Damien Omen 2. I should have kept track of the character names. Oh, look at that though. I like the DVD menu, the Blu-ray menu. It's a cross in a cemetery, and there's some blood on top, and the raven, and in the background is Damien. Well, not little Damien anymore. He's becoming a man, and we'll see the full man in the third movie, the final conflict, also known as the Omen 3 final conflict.
Next week
With Sam Neill. It's worth it to see Sam
Yep.
Neill. Sam Neill is great as the adult Damien. I mean, again, I don't. You want someone clean, clean cut, good looking to be the adult Damien, right? And
Yep.
Of course, Sam the Australian. I think
Yeah.
Damien's accent changes with each movie. Whatever. Okay. Or maybe he's I don't know, putting on. I don't know. Oh wait.
Final conflict. Let's see. 1981.
Okay. So, anything left to say, Mr. Birdman? Did you like the movie?
I like the film score in of itself. I think it maybe a little over top for the film. I think the film's a bit of an underperformer for me. So
Well, it was an underperformer at the box office too. So you're
Oh,
not-
wow.
it did 26 on a $6 million budget. I mean,
they
I'll
were
take that
expecting
return any day.
more. They were
you know?
expecting more.
Yeah.
They must have gotten enough to do a third movie. Okay.
Yeah. And it was 1978, too.
I mean,
Yeah,
it did 4 times roughly what its budget was. That's good any day.
But they wanted that sweet Star Wars money. Okay.
Doesn't everybody?
They wanted that sweet Jaws money. Of course, it's an R-rated film too, so that's going to limit your scope of what you can put. People.
Not back in the 1970s. Come on.
Yeah, kids are going to see R-rated movies. Come on, it's like that's so weird. Like a generational gap. Like you would try to catch R-rated movies when you were a kid, and like now it's like all the kids were raised on the Disney Channel. That's all they watched. I've been noticing this.
Tried and succeeded a few times.
Yeah, I know. I saw Total Recall on the big screen. That was a good one.
Saw Silence of the Lambs. Snuck into that one with a few friends and my brother.
Oh my goodness, that's a creepy movie. You ever gonna do Silence of the Lambs, Birdman?
I was thinking about that film today. I was reading something about Howard Shore and about his score for Silence of the Lambs, and I thought, that I can't remember that score for the life of me. But we probably need to.
To yeah, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the movie. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
I didn't eat meat for like a week or so after seeing that film.
Silence of the Lambs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good. You were doing fish that week. I'm sure.
I was doing vegetables that week. Although I loved the Hannibal show that came on NBC. I thought that was
Mads Mikkelsen was on it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. I liked it.
So it was Hannibal Lecter, right? Is that who it was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Now was it a younger Hannibal Lecter?
No, here's what it was. It starts out as you know how like they always told the story, the guy that caught Hannibal Lecter, remember him? Was it Will Grant? Was that his name?
Will Graham. Yeah.
Okay, Will Graham. Okay, and it's more about him, how he first meets Lecter, and how Hannibal Lecter is trying to help them catch serial killers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you realize Hannibal Lecter is such a good guy, and in some ways he sometimes helps the serial killer, before the cops get there. Okay, and it's an interesting show, and they eventually bring into it. They bring Manhunter into it. They bring the Hannibal novel into it. They couldn't do anything with Silence of the Lambs, unfortunately, or Clarice. I think that's owned by a separate company, but they actually brought some of the stuff from the novels into it later on as well. Wonderfully shot show too.
Beautiful show.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Hannibal's clothes in that show were just fantastic.
Yeah, he had a nice house. It was nice seeing him cook when he cooked. Remember?
Yeah. But basically, what they did, Chris P, is they took the characters and they kind of just made an entire universe. And it's like, why can't other people do something good like this?
Oh, it takes effort.
I suppose, but it had 3 seasons. And they keep trying to come back for a 4th season. It may happen on Netflix, may not. But if you can sit down and just watch it, it's well worth the time. It's not flashy. You don't have a lot of gunfights and like fast music. It's a slow burn. It's very, 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 very well done. It's definitely worth your time. And it can be quite disgusting at times.
And Claire, they did a Clarice series that I heard wasn't worth
garbage.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, it was Alex Kurtzman, the guy who brought us Star Trek Discovery. That's why.
Yeah.
And apparently
they couldn't even mention Hannibal Lecter in it.
No, because I think Buffalo Bill and Clarice, there's some kind of licensing agreement with them, so they can make a show around that, but not have Hannibal Lecter in it. Whereas on Hannibal, you couldn't have Clarice Starling show up or Buffalo Bill. Okay, so it's. And I think Hannibal figured out a way around that because they had other killers on there anyway. They're the whole first season, you get some nasty serial killers on there.
You do. And then in the 3rd season, they bring in the Red Dragon.
Yeah, the Red Dragon is the final season. Yeah. And also the Hannibal novel, the 3rd novel, they do a bit in that too when he was the museum curator. Yeah.
Yeah. And they
spoil it too much for you.
They swapped the sex of Philip Seymour Hoffman. They made him into a hot redheaded annoying chick.
Yes.
But it was done very well. And and it wasn't in your face. That wasn't what the entire show was about. It's just like, this is her character, and that's it. And Jack Crawford is Lawrence Fishburne, so they changed his race, but didn't make a big deal out of it. It's just Lawrence
Well, it's
Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
Yeah, but see,
acting.
that's the difference. You're casting names, and with the woman, they probably wanted more women on the show, considering the fact they couldn't have Clarice Starling on there. So that's why they switched it with like the reporter person. Okay, yeah, it's. In fact, doesn't she make a comment that did she originally pose as a man when she was writing? Is that something she mentioned she did?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Damien, Omen II, not bad. More of a fan of it than Mr. Heron here. But we you know, where are you gonna go from the Omen, right? One could argue maybe you don't do a sequel to the Omen, but I'm telling you, this could have been a weekly nighttime soap in the 70s.
I think so.
The intrigues of the Thorn family, and these people are dying. You'd have other stuff going on besides Damien. You could have done it like that Bates Motel show where you have other stuff going on besides just Norman and his mom. But oh well.
How many seasons do you think it would go if they did make it a TV series?
I think 6 seasons. I think you could go on for 6 seasons.
Or like 24 episodes, or like.
I think so. Back in the
13.
70s, yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have jumped the shark probably after 3. Okay, that's usually how this goes.
Would there be any time jumps like Damien and Final Conflict?
That would be the smart thing to do. You do time jumps between each season or something. That way you can avoid showing the expensive stuff like the big world war he's going to start or whatever. But it's. But yeah, I don't know. Time jumps don't always work. Oh, all right. Well, anything left to say, Chris P? You like this movie? This movie hold up over time?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff I remember.
I like it. The crows are dumb, though. I want the dogs back. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, they're much more scary.
The crows are just... The crows don't even... they disappear. Is it like when he knows he's Damien, he's like, we don't have to do the crow thing anymore. We gotta have Damien take care of things. We don't need these weird animal things. I don't get it. So they can have something to put on a poster. That's why they're there, okay? Oh, you thought the dogs were bad. Wait till the birds, It's
got a pretty nice movie poster, the white background with Damien and the ravens on it.
Yeah. The first time was only a warning. Yeah. Okay. All right, and back at the Blu-ray says Damien returns to fulfill his destiny. Okay. All right, next week, Final Conflict, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
The last week in October.
Next week is yes. I didn't know. Did you want to keep continuing these things into November or not, Daniel?
Let's do the remake the first week in November, and.
Okay.
Do you have a let me look at a calendar real fast. We'll sort this out.
Is it on the 6th? That doesn't really work unless it's 6/6/666. Never mind. The remake came out on June 6th of 2006.
Yeah. That was their big marketing push.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I remember that.
And we never got a sequel to that movie. I'll tell you, it could have become a CW show.
Okay, so the third would be the Omen remake. Yes. Thanksgiving is the 25th.
I guess.
Okay. So we need a movie for the 10th and the 17th. Chris P wanted to do Clue. Chris P, what day works best for you, the 10th or the 17th?
Let's see. Probably. Oh man. Let's go with the 10th for now.
Okay.
Let's go 10th. Yeah.
And okay, and like I said, Daniel, really look into that Warner Brothers, the HBO Max. Okay.
I will.
There's a ton of stuff on there.
Boomer, what's your plans for Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving Day?
Well, I mean, just that entire week. Are you going out of town, or just going to stay put? Or
no, I'm going to be staying put in Florida, so I don't know what you're planning on doing. If you wanted to skip that Wednesday, you can. If you want to do it, I could probably.
I thought we could just do what we did last year. Just come on for like an hour and just chit chat about
Oh
stuff.
yeah, we can do that. You want to do that? Yeah, we can do
Yeah.
that. It could be. I can know what I can do. It could be a ball. We do the Black Friday deals again. Okay.
Yeah.
We could talk about the. Yeah, we can do that again. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris
All
P,
right.
you got plans for that Wednesday evening? Do you want to come on?
Let's see, what is it?
Wednesday for
24th?
Thanksgiving. It's okay if you're busy, but
Yeah,
I
it's
could
okay.
I could probably come on.
we're not gonna be on that long. It's gonna be like
Oh,
an hour.
okay. Okay, yeah, I probably could.
We're gonna talk
Okay.
about Black Friday stuff, probably, right? Black Friday deals.
Did you
Black
know?
Box stuff. Did you know? Yeah.
Best Buy's got Black Friday deals going on this week.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I got an email.
I have to look at that into that then.
Yeah, it's until Friday, I think, and then they're gonna wait until next month, do it for another week. And wait, no, they're doing it next month, and then they're starting, I think, on the 19th or something, then going all the way to Black Friday. But yeah, they're doing a couple Black Friday week-long deals this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at some computer stuff.
All right. Well, cool. Maybe they have some
So-
soundtracks on sale.
No,
So
they
we're
might.
thinking about what Christmas movies you want to do.
Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2?
We gotta do Home Alone 2. Do you have the score to that one, just out of curiosity?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
I have everything that John Williams has done that's available.
Okay. Home Alone 2, I think, is a must. You could do Die Hard 2. We'll
Die
think
Hard
about it,
2.
okay?
Okay.
Do
Gremlins?
P2. Do Gremlins. You can do Gremlins.
Hey, what's another good classic Christmas movie? Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, first Lethal Weapon.
Is it
Christmas.
takes place at Christmas time? Oh,
Yeah.
Cobra with Stallone.
Surprisingly, so does the first Rambo movie. It takes place at Christmas.
That's
Does
true. Rambo
Does it
does
really?
take place.
Yeah, the very first Rambo movie takes place at
Oh.
Christmas.
Maybe we should do
Okay,
Die
Rambo
Hard
it
2.
is.
We should do First Blood. First Blood. We should
Yeah.
do First Blood, and yeah. If we want to, if in fact you want to do that instead of Die Hard 2, we can do that, or if you want to do an edition, whatever. Yeah, but we should definitely do First Blood. I didn't think about that. You're right. I always think of that as like a spring movie, but you're right. It takes place at Christmas time. Oh, that's weird because it's Washington State and their weather is a bit different. But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right, cool. All right, sounds like a plan.
Good. Well, we got December sorted out. Okay.
All right, cool. All right.
Well,
Well,
everyone, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Chris P, for joining us tonight. And we
Oh,
look
of
forward to
course.
seeing you back for Omen 3 next week.
the
Mhm.
final conflict.
Adopt, everyone. Don't shop. Keep listening to great film music. And we'll see you next time. Thank y'all.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.